Deep underground, forests and underground rivers still exist where darkness has ruled for millions of years. Across remote mountain regions, gigantic stone pillars emerge through the mist like the ruins of another world. And in the harshest places, strange blue flames still burn beside moving lava. Standing in solitude on the deep blue edge of the far north, the Faroe Islands are a proud final verse of a planet that has never truly yielded to humanity. Embraced by mysterious veils of mist and icy ocean currents, these islands exist like a secluded oasis, far removed from the hurried pace of the outside world. This small archipelago lies isolated between Iceland and Scotland, where the weather can change within minutes. Mist blankets the valleys and then suddenly clears, revealing grass-roofed villages perched on cliff edges and waterfalls plunging directly into the cold ocean below. But what makes the Faroe Islands truly distinctive is not only their landscape. Amid winds that seem almost endless, people continue to live in a rhythm deeply connected to the sea and the isolation imposed by nature. Seabirds cover the cliffs, waves relentlessly crash against the mountainsides, and narrow roads disappearing into the mist make every journey feel like entering a world beyond the rest of Europe. As the last light of day breaks through layers of gray clouds, the Faroe Islands do not feel like an ordinary travel destination. They feel like an ancient memory of the ocean, a place where nature still speaks louder than any trace of humanity. In the cold mist of southern China, Zhangjiajie appears like a remnant of an ancient world. Forest-covered stone pillars rise silently from deep valleys, towering so high that their peaks often dissolve into the clouds, causing distance and the horizon to gradually lose their familiar meaning. As white mist slowly drifts through the mountain passages, the landscape begins to transform. The stone pillars appear and disappear within the vast expanse of white, as if floating in the sky. At times, the entire valley vanishes beneath a sea of clouds, leaving only the silent rock formation standing within an endless white horizon, like an ancient memory of the earth that still remains. Above that sea of clouds, Tianmen Mountain continues to pull the world farther away from anything familiar. The mountain road clings to sheer cliffs before disappearing into the cold mist. The higher the ascent, the more the signs of life below begin to fade, until only wind, clouds, and silence remain. Then Heaven's Gate emerges within the mountainside, a colossal opening piercing through the rock, where white clouds drift quietly through like a slow-moving river. In a landscape that existed long before humanity knew civilization, every trace of human presence suddenly feels insignificant, like temporary visitors passing through an ancient world that never truly disappeared. In the icy heart of the North Atlantic, Iceland stands like a primordial chapter of the earth that has never truly been closed. Here, the eternal struggle between ice and fire has continued for millions of years. The landscape feels less like a modern world and more like an ancient memory of the earth that still survives today. In the southeast of the island, Vatnajökull stretches across nearly 3,100 square miles, larger than the state of Rhode Island, like a frozen ocean suspended in time. Layers of ancient blue ice cover a land where volcanoes still quietly exist beneath the surface, making Iceland a place where fire and ice share the same geological body. In some areas, the ice exceeds 3,000 feet in thickness, carrying enough weight to slowly reshape the land over centuries. Amid the cold winds and vast silence, any familiar sense of the modern world gradually fades away, leaving only black rock, ancient ice, and time moving to its own rhythm. But Iceland does not remain frozen in stillness. In the north, Gofoss emerges through the cold mist as white water plunges over dark volcanic rock. According to Icelandic tradition, around the year 1000, pagan idols were cast into these falls when the country converted to Christianity. Iceland does not feel like a silent world of ice and snow. It feels like a place where the earth is still quietly preserving its most primal form. Beneath the cold mist drifting among the towering cliffs of China, there is a valley where, as night falls, the dark landscape begins to glow as if an ancient world were slowly awakening among the clouds and shadows. Wangxian Valley emerges between the cliffs like a forgotten city suspended in the sky, where golden rooftops quietly shine through the cold mist as though they never truly belonged to this world. Wooden bridges, multi-story rooftops, and narrow pathways clinging to the mountainside appear through the sound of flowing water and thin layers of mist, while golden light reflecting off the rocks and water gives the entire valley a feeling of being detached from the familiar rhythm of life beyond it. By day, Wangxian Valley reveals gray-green cliffs, streams winding through the valley, and structures that blend naturally into the mountainous landscape. But when darkness arrives, the place transforms completely. Light stretching along the mountainsides make the scenery feel less like a destination in rural China and more like a place built from memory itself. What makes Wangxian Valley memorable is not only its beauty, but the way nature, architecture, and light come together to create an experience that makes people feel as though they have slowed down within a world that is always moving too fast. In the harshest places on Earth, there are lands where the ground seems as though it has never truly cooled. In the darkness before dawn, a faint red glow rises from within the rocks, heat shimmers through the cold air, and the familiar sense of the world begins to feel fragile. In Ethiopia, Erta Ale appears like a living fracture on the surface of the planet. Amid the arid deserts of the Afar Triangle, the lava lake within the volcano's crater moves continuously, glowing like a heart that has been quietly burning for decades. The ground trembles gently beneath your feet, while the night sky reflects shades of orange and red, making the landscape feel like a remnant of the Earth's earliest age. But thousands of kilometers away, on Indonesia's Java island, Kawah Ijen reveals a different form of power. In the deep darkness, strange blue flames rise around the volcanic crater not from lava, but from hot sulfur gases escaping from the earth and igniting upon contact with the air. Amid toxic fumes, heated rock, and unnatural light, both places create the feeling of standing on a fragile boundary between life and the planet's primordial forces. Erta Ale and Kawah Ijen are more than volcanoes. They are like gateways opening into an ancient Earth that has never truly fallen asleep. Amid the arid red landscapes of western Madagascar, gigantic tree trunks stand motionless beneath the vast sky as if time had stopped long before humanity appeared. There are no dense forests, no powerful winds rushing through endless woodlands. Only colossal silhouettes rising silently from the earth, like remnants of an ancient world. This is the land of the baobab trees, extraordinary living organisms that have existed since the time when Madagascar remained isolated from the rest of the earth millions of years ago. Their massive trunks swell like natural stone towers, storing water within to survive months of drought, while their bare branches stretch toward the sky like roots turned upside down. As evening falls, the dirt road running between the baobabs gradually sinks into shades of orange and red. Long shadows stretch across the cracked ground, creating the feeling that this place does not entirely belong to the present. Many of these trees have stood here for thousands of years, silently witnessing the arrival and departure of rainy seasons, the transformation of ecosystems, and the fleeting traces of humanity passing by. In Madagascar, baobabs are more than trees. They are like ancient witnesses, standing motionless in the silence, as if guarding a memory that the modern world has never truly understood. In the hot, arid lands of northern Tanzania, there exists a lake so red that it resembles a crack slowly spreading across the surface of the earth. There are no large waves, no obvious movement, only heat shimmering on the horizon and a silence that makes this place feel like a landscape from another planet. Lake Natron is one of the harshest environments in Africa. Its waters contain extremely high concentrations of salt and minerals, along with an intense alkalinity that makes survival difficult for many forms of life. As the sun heats the region, the lake gradually turns shades of red and orange due to salt-loving microorganisms that thrive in conditions that seem almost impossible to endure. Yet within this environment that appears hostile to life lies a remarkable paradox. Millions of lesser flamingos come here to breed, building their nests on isolated salt mud islands in the middle of the lake, where predators can scarcely reach them. As sunset settles over the landscape, vast flocks of birds stretch across the glowing red horizon, while the lake remains motionless beneath a veil of shimmering heat. Lake Natron feels like a fragile boundary of nature, a place where life exists not despite the harsh conditions, but because of them. In the arid landscapes of Nevada, Geyser appears like a feature that should never have existed, yet it continues to evolve as if guided by a will of its own. Red, orange, and green mineral formations rise from the desert floor, while hot water continuously erupts from fissures, casting a veil of steam across the dry air. Unlike most geysers, which are shaped over long geological timescales, this one began with an abandoned geothermal drilling mistake that accidentally created a pathway for mineral-rich water to reach the surface. Over the decades, layer upon layer of minerals has continued to accumulate, while heat-loving microorganisms have colored the landscape with vivid hues, as though the Earth were rebuilding itself. Between the constant sound of erupting hot water and the silence of the surrounding desert, Fly Geyser feels like an experiment of the Earth that never truly ended. It is more than a geyser. It feels like a moment when nature quietly took control of a small human mistake and transformed it into something beyond imagination. Amid the vast Karakum Desert of Turkmenistan, the door to hell appears like a burning fissure on the surface of the planet, glowing in a barren landscape almost entirely devoid of signs of life. By day, the crater resembles nothing more than a gigantic dark opening torn into the cracked sand and stone. But when night falls, the scene begins to change. Hundreds of small flames continuously erupt from deep within the pit, their red glow reflecting through waves of hot smoke rising into the air, making the entire desert feel like a furnace that has never cooled. What makes this place so difficult to believe is not only the fire that has never gone out, but the way it came into existence. A gas drilling accident decades ago caused the ground to suddenly collapse, releasing such a large amount of natural gas that people decided to set it on fire, believing it would burn out quickly. But it never did. Amid the enduring silence of the Karakum Desert, the door to hell continues to burn as a reminder that sometimes a single small mistake is enough to reveal something that makes the Earth seem more primordial than we ever imagined. Amid the limestone mountains of central Vietnam, the ground suddenly opens into a vast space so immense that it is hard to believe it belongs to a cave. Son Doong stretches beneath Phong Nha, Kabang like an almost complete world of its own, where primeval forests, underground rivers, and even clouds can coexist deep underground. The deeper one ventures inside, the more any familiar sense of scale begins to disappear. Gigantic rock vaults rise overhead like pieces of sky trapped beneath the earth, while sunlight pouring through enormous sinkholes creates isolated forests separated from the outside world. The humidity and temperature differences are even sufficient to form clouds within the cave itself. What makes Son Doong remarkable is not only its size, but the feeling that an entire ecosystem continues to function according to its own rhythm. Water flows silently through the darkness, eroding limestone over millions of years and continuously shaping the landscape at a pace almost beyond human perception. Between the darkness and the shafts of light descending from the cave's colossal ceiling, Son Doong leaves the impression that the Earth is sometimes far larger than humanity has ever imagined. Off the southern coast of Tokyo, Aogashima exists within a volcanic crater nearly 1.5 miles wide, where the sea, mist, and towering cliffs surround a small community. The stillness of the island makes it feel both isolated and almost unbelievable. Viewed from above, Aogashima appears as a giant green circle in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, with the entire village nestled inside a volcanic crater that is still classified as active. With fewer than 200 residents, it is one of the most isolated communities in Japan. The first impression is not one of danger, but of a strange tranquility found in a place that seems almost detached from the rest of the world. Yet the ground here has never been completely still. The island's history records volcanic eruptions that forced residents to evacuate before many eventually returned to rebuild their lives. Today, geothermal heat rising from beneath the earth is still used for heating and everyday needs. Surrounded by the vast ocean, Aogashima feels like a quiet agreement between humanity and nature. To live here is to accept that the ground beneath your feet is always changing. Perhaps the most remarkable story of Aogashima is that its people have not merely survived, they have chosen to remain here, generation after generation. On Flores Island in eastern Indonesia, Kelimutu rises 5,377 feet above sea level. Three volcanic crater lakes sit side by side at its summit. Their constantly changing colors ensure that the landscape never looks quite the same twice. Kelimutu was formed by volcanic activity thousands of years ago. At its peak lie 3 separate crater lakes, with a combined surface area roughly equivalent to 20 American football fields. Although they occupy the same mountain, each lake has developed its own chemical characteristics and appearance. The lakes change color because dissolved minerals react with volcanic gases beneath the water's surface. Iron, manganese, sulfur, and oxygen continuously alter the chemical composition of the lakes. Scientists have recorded a wide range of colors, including turquoise, emerald green, dark red, black, and even milky white. The indigenous Leo people believe that this is where the souls of the deceased go after death. Each lake is associated with a different group of spirits, giving the mountain a unique cultural and spiritual significance. A lake that is vividly turquoise one day may turn almost completely black without any visible warning signs from the shoreline. Kelimutu is a reminder that nature is always in motion, and it is this constant transformation that makes the place so memorable. The Earth holds far more than what has appeared in this journey, and this is not the final destination, it is where the next journey begins.